Now on 4 News Now at 6, today's bonus snow is just a preview of what's to come over the next few days as a major snowstorm is approaching our area. I'll let you know how it will impact you and your family in the First Alert forecast.
And the Department of Transportation says it's all hands on deck, what it's doing to make sure the roads are safe.
Plus, students are back on campus at U of I. Police still haven't caught the person responsible for killing 4 of their classmates, why some are choosing to stay away. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
We'll get ready to shovel a lot. Parts of the inland Northwest could possibly get up to 15 inches of snow on Wednesday. Thanks for joining us. I'm Aaron Luna.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor. That's why our team of weather experts have declared a weather alert day in preparation of this storm. Let's send it straight over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker in the First Alert Weather Center with when the snow will impact you and your family the most.
Well, we will start to see the first flurries about 24 hours from now. However, that heavy snow is mainly going to be impacting us on Wednesday and into Thursday morning. And as you heard, the snowfall totals will be exceptional. Here's a look at the latest forecast of what you can expect by early Thursday morning. Looking at over 8 inches of snow around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but some models have it as high as a foot of snow. And right now, the bullseye of this storm is right through the I-90 corridor with much less to the south and even some lower totals to the north as well. This is a work in progress and will likely change between now and Wednesday, but an early estimate, certainly something to prepare for. Now, we do still have some snow showers in progress around the region, very isolated in eastern Washington, but we will continue to see these snow showers in North Idaho through the evening, and that is why the winter weather advisory goes until 10 o'clock tonight. It does include Spokane County and the central panhandle down through the Idaho Palouse for some additional snow. Temperatures right now, we have already dropped into the teens in Spokane, out at Fairchild Air Force Base. Spangle is 17 right now. Deer Park is 15. We're headed to the coldest readings of the season so far. We'll be down in the single digits in many locations tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, we'll take a look at your forecast for this evening. Dry and cold with partly cloudy skies. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast and tell you a lot more about the odds of those big snowfall totals with this storm. That's coming up in your forecast. Kirsten?
Chris, thank you. To get the most up-to-date information on the snowstorm, be sure to download the 4 News Now weather app, where you can get the latest info when you need it on the go, sent straight to your phone. The Washington Department of Transportation is preparing for all that snow.
And WashDOT says additional equipment and crews are ready to keep roads clear. Peter Choi is live in Spokane tonight and explains what else goes into preparing roads. Peter.
Yeah, near I-90 tonight. Now the storms, starting this Wednesday, because of snowstorm, now driving here may be much slower, and the Washington Department of Transportation says all hands will be on deck. Now the snow days mean hectic days for the Washington Department of Transportation. Now ahead of major snowstorm, WashDOT says roughly 200 plow drivers are gearing for a busy day clearing out off roads.
If conditions worsen, people on their days off will get called in, so we'll have additional crew who can come in on a standby notification, so to speak, so that way we have additional coverage, additional plow drivers and equipment out on the roadways.
Now, WashDOT says drivers are asked to watch for plow drivers are on the road, and you should also plan to drive slower and keep your distance when plowing is in progress. Now, plow drivers will also put out salt and sand on the ground, so make sure to driving too fast will scatter them off to the shoulder. So 2 things, pretty simple. Now, give plenty of space to plow drivers and drive slow. Live in Spokane, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Good advice. Thank you, Peter. The driving conditions can change rapidly, especially when driving over the passes. Here are a few things you'll want to keep in your car in case you get stuck. You'll want to have a foldable or maybe a compact shovel. Sand or kitty litter can be used under your tires to get out of a slick spot, and a portable power bank to charge your phone if you find yourself in a situation where your car won't start. Tonight, law enforcement is actively chasing down new leads and tips as they search for the killer who took the lives of 4 U of I students over 2 weeks ago.
Classes resumed today. Some students have returned to their classes in person. Others are staying home, waiting for a suspect to be arrested before returning to Moscow. Tonight at 6, Jordan Smith joins us with the latest on the investigation and what the students are saying. Jordan?
Well, despite that limited information being released about this case, some students feel safe coming back to Moscow to wrap up the semester. Others more comfortable doing it remotely. We've learned from law enforcement the exact times Kaylee and Maddie made it home on November 13th, and that detectives are nearly finished processing the scene. In a murder investigation that's captivated the nation, law enforcement is tirelessly pursuing new leads and information. Police have supplied an updated timeline for all 4 victims in the early morning hours of November 13th. In a press release Sunday night, police determined Maddie and Kaylee arrived home at 1:56 a.m. based on new digital evidence collected by investigators. Ethan and Xana are believed to have arrived just 10 minutes beforehand. The question remaining, who entered the residence later that night to carry out these grisly murders?
I think we're looking at every avenue.
Police are requesting any surveillance footage from businesses and residences during the hours of 3 to 6 a.m. on November 13th. Meantime, classes resumed Monday, students embracing the snow and the new normal in Moscow.
But it's definitely been very quiet and somber.
Oh, it's different. We used to walk around everywhere past midnight, and now it's, I don't know, it just feels weird to do.
Disconcerting that there's somebody out there who's done such a horrible thing and they haven't been caught.
Sebastian Rueda is an exchange student from South America who shared his feelings of being on edge.
As a Colombian, I've had sort of situations like this happen around me before. Ever since this happened, I've had this sensation of like somebody's watching me, somebody could be after me.
Other students leaving town, closing out the semester from home.
It's just an eerie feeling. Moscow just doesn't feel the same right now.
Just feel better till they have somebody apprehended.
Faculty have made classes available for remote learning, similarly to what was done during COVID. For those that did return, an increased security presence is being felt on and around campus as law enforcement is working round the clock to ensure safety while they work to find the killer responsible. And we asked law enforcement earlier today if they plan on wrapping up the crime scene anytime soon. Aaron Snell with Idaho State Police tells me they're nearing the end of holding that scene, but no word yet on exactly when that will happen. Aaron, Kirsten?
Jordan, thank you. Detectives are still asking for your help with this investigation. Tips, pictures, and videos can be emailed to the email address on your screen, tipline@ci.moscow.id.us, or you can call that number on your screen, 208-883-7180. Police say no tip is too small.
Health experts are now worried that large family gatherings could lead to more new COVID, flu, and RSV cases. Dr. Anthony Fauci saying RSV is causing major concerns for kids and is approaching emergency levels.
Some regions of the country, we're seeing that the hospital system for pediatrics are at the point of almost being overwhelmed. When you have very little wiggle room of intensive care beds, when you have like almost all the intensive care beds that are occupied.
With the trifecta of COVID, flu, and RSV circulating right now, Dr. Fauci says protecting yourself this holiday season starts with your vaccination status.
We have 2 of the 3 of the trifecta. We have vaccinations for clearly COVID, particularly with the updated boosters that are now available. We have vaccinations for influenza.
Medical experts suggest that if you're going to be getting together with others, stay up to date on vaccines, wash your hands, take a quick COVID test before getting together. And it's a race against the clock for Mark Peterson and the Extreme team as they try to hang thousands of holiday lights at Cowley Park before the big snowstorm. Find out how much still needs to be done coming up on 4 News Now at 6.
Four News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Save your greed! Call the local experts at Andy's Heating and Cooling for all your service needs. Get ready for the winter cold with a new high-efficiency carrier system from Andy's. Andy's Heating and Cooling, celebrating 50 years in business since '72, thanks to you.
Seetsuamps is how we say Coeur d'Alene in our own language. That means the discovered people, the ones who were found here. We were always here. We've never been anywhere else. We didn't come from somewhere else.
First and foremost, we need to take care of our employees, take care of our guests, take care of our tribe and our community.
We never give up on people. We always say, you know, you're part of the tribe, you're part of our family. We're gonna take care of you.
COVID is tricky, but we've got a few tricks of our own, like keeping rapid tests at home so that if you feel sick or have been exposed to COVID, you can check if it's safe to be around others. Because when we take care of each other, we help reduce the spread of COVID.
Fred's Black Friday sale is on now. Save on all major appliances at the biggest sale of the year.
GE top-load washers start at only $4.99. GE self-cleaning ranges start at only $5.49. GE stainless French door refrigerators start at only $15.99. Plus, get exclusive Fred's package rebates up to $800 only during this sale.
Take advantage of Black Friday savings and exclusive rebates at Fred's Black Friday sale.
Hello, I'm Diamond Dan Clark.
And I'm Jeweler Jane.
And we're from Clark's Diamond Jewelers in beautiful downtown Coeur d'Alene. Our famous snow promotion is back for Christmas.
If it snows 5 inches or more in 24 hours on January 7th, 2023, all purchases made at Clark's between November 19th and December 31st will be refunded in full. And that means all engagement rings, loose diamond and gemstones, jewelry and gifts could all be free.
Shop Clark's Diamond Jewelers this Christmas and let it snow diamonds.
Every time you use your ICCU Premier Rewards Visa card, you're earning rewards. Whether it's cash back or points, being a member of Idaho Central really pays back. Start earning points and getting cash back for your everyday purchases. It's a win-win. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe life should be rewarding.
Lithium-ion batteries are part of our everyday life. You might not realize it, but they're in everything from our cell phones to our electric cars.
But if not taken care of properly, a chemical reaction could take place within that battery that can cause a fire. New at 6, Emily Bloom explains what you can do to prevent that from happening to your batteries.
As we head into the holiday season, a time of giving and receiving gifts of all kinds, electronic toys, tools, and gadgets, the Spokane Fire Department is educating us on the risks that come with all the newer innovations.
Through every new invention or every new innovation that comes into society, there's always a period of time where public safety has to adapt to the new reality, the new risk that the innovation brings to society.
Right now, it's lithium-ion batteries, and we're still learning about the safety and health risks these products present.
They are being used in just about every facet of our life.
In October, the Spokane Fire Department hosted a national seminar that focused on fires started by these batteries.
The nature in which these batteries, when they're damaged or when there's a product default or when they're overcharged, the way that they react is extremely violent.
They brought leaders and scientists together from all over the country in hopes of better understanding the dangers that come from fires involving lithium-ion batteries.
We know after these experiments what is in that off-gassing material. It's volatile, it's carcinogenic, and many of those chemicals, once they enter your body, they never leave.
And it's the firefighters that bear the brunt of this when they're protecting our people by putting out these harmful fires.
Things like toys that run on rechargeable batteries, kitchen devices that run on lithium-ion batteries. Essentially, any type of electronic device that you would use in a cordless fashion, there's a high likelihood that is a lithium-ion battery.
You probably already use these batteries and could be using quite a few more once the holidays are through. So to keep your family safe, charge these batteries only when you're present and within an area without combustibles. And when the devices are fully charged, get them off the charger as to prevent overcharging. Reporting in studio, Emily Bloom, 4 News Now.
Good advice, Emily. Tomorrow will be a day to prepare for the snow. It's going to be a cold day. 8 degrees at the bus stop tomorrow morning. We're warming up to a high of only 22. 38 is our average high. We have a chance of light snow as early as 24 hours from now. Then things really get interesting in the forecast. I'll be back to explain after the break.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
The 4 News Now Extreme Team is brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
It's time for a new shower, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,250 off your complete bathroom remodel.
The 4 News Now Extreme Team is back in action in Cowley Park. We are once again teaming up with Ace Hardware to light up the holidays for the kids and staff at Sacred Heart Children's Hospital. Join us for Making Spirits Bright coverage. The 4 News Now Extreme Team, brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Welcome the best time of year with us at Sage Boutique and Just Because Fashions. Let us help you find the perfect gift for loved ones. Make her holiday sparkle with jewelry that is sure to delight her, clothing she'll love, and brighten handbags that will carry her into the new year. Be inspired to wrap up the holidays with us at Just Because Fashions and Sage Boutique, where you will find the best and brightest gifts this holiday season, located in the Hayden Creek Plaza in Hayden, Idaho.
Here we grow again. Even more fun is headed to Spokane Tribe Casino. You love Caesars Sportsbook, the Grill and Bar, and larger variety of games we recently added. Gear up for a new food court, a completely smoke-free gaming area, a state-of-the-art entertainment venue, and more. Things just keep getting better. You're in for guaranteed Holly Jolly wins of free slot play, gift cards, or up to $1,000 cash. Play the Santa's Workshop kiosk game this December at Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
You can start your day wanting an all-natural pregnancy and end it wanting an epidural. It's called being human. A human who takes care of their eyes, then stares at their phone, who embraces self-care and believes beauty is worth some pain. So go ahead and do your 10-step skincare routine and make the 11th sun. Teach your kids that aging is beautiful while trying to prevent it. With traditional medicine and alternative remedies, there's no wrong way to treat life at Rite Aid. And don't forget Rite Aid this holiday for all your last-minute gifting needs.
It's time for a new shower, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,250 off your complete bathroom remodel.
I want to start off with this time lapse from our office here across from the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena with the snow we saw today, and then a real pretty clearing right around sunset. That's when the temperature plummeted. That construction equipment you see in the foreground is from the Spokane Soccer Stadium. They were out there working in the cold and the snow, but the big snow is to come. A winter storm watch goes into effect tomorrow evening, continues through late Wednesday for the area shaded in blue on your screen. Right now, 8 to 12 inches around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, with higher totals in the northern valleys, 5 to 9 in the Palouse, and Highway 2, the dividing line as we head out into the Okanagan and the Columbia Basin, northern Columbia Basin, up to 16 inches as we head north up around Republic. Colville as well could see snowfall totals. Now this is for Spokane. The odds of seeing 8 inches of snow right now. This is the National Blend of Models prediction. 47% chance. 23% chance to see 12 inches of snow or more. Slam dunk for 1 to 2 inches, but I don't think that is in the cards for us. We're going to see some heavy snow on Wednesday. Isolated evening flurries in Spokane tonight. We're heading down to a low of 8 degrees. Tomorrow, a high of 22. Some sunshine in the morning, then the clouds come in the afternoon as this system approaches. Forecast radar starting off at the current time with some bands of snow continuing to work their way through the region. Here's 10 o'clock. That's when our winter weather advisory expires, and there's still a little bit of snow to be found along I-90. That tapers off. Here's 6 o'clock Tuesday morning. It's going to be cold but quiet. And then by this time tomorrow, we start to see the very light snow working its way into the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. But the main event is going to arrive on Wednesday with some heavy snowfall totals and something to prepare for as that approaches. Tonight, lows will be down in the single digits and low double digits teens for Pullman. High temperatures tomorrow, 22 in Spokane, 24 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. We'll be at 26 down in Musco and Pullman, staying in the teens in Winthrop. Here's a look at your planning forecast. A weather alert day on Wednesday, but actually Tuesday night and even into Thursday morning, we are really going to be dealing with that snow. Thursday, a high of 30. That's as warm as it gets in this forecast. We've got cold air coming in with more snow possible on Saturday and lingering showers also on Thursday. Overnight lows will be in the teens almost every night, the exception being Wednesday night and of course tonight down in the single digits. Kirsten?
Chris, thank you. New at 6 o'clock, the White House is getting ready for Christmas. First Lady Jill Biden chose the theme for this year's celebration, and it is We the People. In a message from the White House Holiday Guide, Mrs. Biden says, despite different traditions, Americans all believe in optimism, possibility, and unity. More than 83,000 lights decorate 77 trees, displays, garlands, and wreaths throughout the White House. And we're also getting ready for the holidays here at 4 News Now. Mark Peterson and the rest of the Extreme team are hard at work putting up thousands of lights at Cowley Park.
It's our annual Making Spirits Bright event, and with snow on the way, it's a race against the clock to get done as much as possible. Let's send it over to Mark and see where they stand.
Well, it's officially day one as we're in Cowley Park making spirits bright when it comes to the Extreme team and putting up the Christmas lights up to 128 feet up in the air for the children at Sacred Heart Children's Hospital. This is Avista with their big tall truck. It's 125 feet, so we missed the very top. But I got to tell you, the crews at Avista, they like what they do.
We really try to make it look the best we can. It's a lot of work, and these are big trees, so I got to use big equipment, and it's kind of a slow process, but we do the best we can.
I myself, 2 years ago, had a child up in the ward and got to look out at those Christmas lights, and I'm not alone.
Kind of emotional, but this is exciting. My kid was in the hospital for a little while, and he really enjoyed looking at the lights and everything. So
it's very surreal to know that you had something to do with it, and you're in the hospital looking at these lights. But I have to tell you, and everybody I've talked to, they enjoy the fact that we do this year after year. And this year, we're going to make it bigger and better. The problem is we got a big snowstorm coming in on Wednesday. So Avista under the gun to try and get as much as they can done for today and tomorrow. Tomorrow, our volunteers show up from not only NUCA, National Underground Contractors Association, but Horizon Credit Union. It's going to be a busy day tomorrow. Tonight, I'm Mark Peterson at Cowley Park in front of the Sacred Heart Children's Hospital with the Extreme team.
Protests erupting in the streets of China over COVID restrictions, how the strict COVID policy may have prevented first responders from saving lives.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Peppa Pig and all her friends return for the holidays in an exciting live show. Peppa Pig's Adventure, Saturday, December 3rd, 2 p.m., First Interstate Center for the Arts, Spokane. Tickets are on sale now at ticketswest.com.
Is one casino really any better than the next? Well, at Northern Quest, we've got the largest gaming floor in the region, not to mention the most slot titles, the most payouts, the largest selection of table games, the lowest minimum bets, the highest maximum bets, and a state-of-the-art sports book. So you tell us. Northern Quest, yes, the best. Play daily to win 2 Polaris snowmobiles or a flurry of cash on November 30th.
Healthy communities need more than health care. This is MultiCare. We're here for you.
Add some thrill to this holiday season by tapping into some impressive horsepower and the refined performance of standard iActive all-wheel drive, all in a beautifully wrapped package. The rewarding Mazda CX-30. Find yours during the season of inspiration.
Embrace every unexpected turn in the all-wheel drive Mazda CX-30. Come take a test drive and reserve yours today at Foothills Mazda or shop now at SpokaneMazda.com.
Parents and grandparents hear it time and time again. Enjoy every minute because it goes by so quickly. With their first steps, they start imagining, exploring, and dreaming of what's next. You can help put those dreams in motion by saving for college with Washington's 529 College Investment Plan. Building their Dream Ahead account now can help them be ready for wherever their dreams take them. Give your student the gift of education today at wastate529.wa.gov.
Peppa Pig and all her friends return for the holidays in an exciting live show. Peppa Pig's Adventure, Saturday, December 3rd, 2 p.m., First Interstate Center for the Arts, Spokane. Tickets are on sale now at ticketswest.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by Washington Trust Bank.
Around the nation tonight, Mauna Loa, the world's largest active volcano in Hawaii, is erupting. As of now, it's not a threat to the public, but it did cause up to a quarter inch of ash to fall on parts of the island. The last time Mauna Loa erupted was back in 1984, making this prolonged quiet period the volcano's longest in recorded history. Red Cross volunteers are setting up shelters in case families are ordered to evacuate. In Buffalo, a man accused of killing 10 people in a supermarket is now pleading guilty to all charges against him.
The charges include domestic terrorism motivated by hate and multiple murder charges. Prosecutors say back in May, Peyton Gendron traveled several hours from his home to the predominantly black neighborhood in East Buffalo to carry out the massacre on a Saturday afternoon as people shopped for groceries. Officials say the teen wrote 180 pages of racist comments and viewpoints, practiced shooting at state parks, and even visited the supermarket twice to canvass the area. Authorities say Gendron also illegally modified his gun.
This racist murderer did not fulfill what he set out to accomplish, because today this community is stronger and better than it ever was.
Gendron is still facing more than 24 federal charges, some of which carry the possibility of the death penalty.
President Biden is calling on Congress to pass legislation immediately to avert a nationwide rail strike. The president wants Congress to approve a deal worked out in September that management and union leaders agreed to at the time. 4 out of the 12 unions that represent freight rail workers have voted down the proposal. They are demanding more paid sick time and do not want rail carriers to be penalized or penalize workers for taking time off. Business leaders say a rail stoppage would cause chaos to the economy by disrupting the supply chain and triggering higher prices. Around the world tonight, protests in China erupted this weekend against China's zero COVID policies. Protesters chanting for the Chinese President Xi Jinping to step down. Protests were triggered by a deadly fire in China's far west region, where videos indicate that COVID restrictions prevented fire trucks from getting close enough to fight the flames, apparently blocked by fences and metal barriers normally used during lockdowns. At least 10 people were killed, the protests even spilling into the capital.
Chanting that they don't want COVID tests, they want freedom. And many people are also holding white papers in their hands, which is a sign of solidarity against censorship.
Some city officials are easing lockdowns in low-risk neighborhoods in the capital. Beijing also lifting lockdowns in 75 neighborhoods. Beyond China, there are also global concerns about the impact of the strict COVID policy on supply chains.
Spokane is making efforts to help small businesses. Coming up, how the city plans on capping food delivery fees. Coming up next on 4 News Now at 6:30.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
You can get your smile back today. At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we make high-quality tooth replacement affordable for everyone. So whether it's a single tooth, full dentures, or life-changing dental implants, we have an experienced dentist who can help you go ahead and smile. Click or call to schedule your new smile consultation today.
Go ahead and smile.
Oh, life, how we admire you, are deeply fascinated by you. All your twists and turns and wild rides you take us on. The ups and the downs. Life, you live inside all of us. breathing, growing, beating. You are the reason we'll always provide world-class healthcare. Providence, we see the life in you.
This week on GMA, make a splash with the stars from one of the most anticipated movies of all time, Sigourney Weaver and Sam Worthington. Plus, don't forget about Mindy live.
I'm not missing out on this.
This week on Good Morning America.
COVID is sticking around longer than we'd like. But by wearing a mask in crowded indoor spaces, you can help prevent the spread of COVID-19. Think of it as a little way to take care of COVID and each other.
Every time you use your ICCU Premier Rewards Visa card, you're earning rewards. Whether it's cash back or points, being a member of Idaho Central really pays back. Start earning points and getting cash back for your everyday purchases. It's a win-win. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe life should be rewarding.
Next, former reality kid Colin Gosselin, his first televised interview.
You are 18 now. You didn't want your dad here today?
I just want to give my own word.
Opening up about Mom Kate.
I think every son wants a relationship with their mom.
His side of the story.
What was her reason for putting you in an institution?
Plus, Colin's emotional message to his estranged siblings.
You know, I love him to death. Sorry.
Next, ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Today's snowfall is just a preview of what's to come, with some areas possibly getting up to 15 inches of snow over the next few days.
In preparations for the storm, our team of weather experts have declared Wednesday a weather alert day. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see when this storm is going to hit. Chris?
Well, we may see the first snowflakes as early as 24 hours from now. More likely, we're going to wake up Wednesday morning already with several inches of snow on the ground, and that will continue through the day on Wednesday. Heavy snow expected. Right now, the range is anywhere between 8 and 12 inches around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, with the higher totals north of I-90. Right in Spokane, I think we'll be closer to that 8-inch range. Hopefully a little less, because 8 inches of snow can have a tremendous impact on your day. Most of the inland Northwest is part of some sort of watch or warning. It goes from Tuesday evening all the way through Thursday morning. Here's a look at the winter storm watch. Again, 8 to 12 around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Lesser amounts down on the Palouse. 10 to 16 inches possible in the Northeast Mountains and North Idaho. Highway 2, the dividing line as we get out into the basin and the Okanagan, with up to 16 inches of snow possible. Now, we are still under a winter weather advisory until 10 o'clock this evening, as some light bands of snow continue to rotate through the region from this afternoon's and this morning's snow continued off and on through the afternoon. Right in Spokane County, snowfall totals of up to 3 inches reported, up to 5 in Kootenai County, and even more in Bonner County, and with some more snow falling. Your forecast for this evening, it's 19 degrees right now. We'll be dropping into the mid-teens by 11 o'clock on our way to an overnight low of 8 degrees, the coldest night of the season so far, followed by the biggest snowstorm of the season so far. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. A push to help local businesses and restaurants is now in the works. Tonight, Spokane City Council is looking into an ordinance that would cap delivery fees on platforms like Uber Eats and Grubhub. Spokane could become the next city to pass this kind of cap on delivery fees.
Small businesses say they can pay up to 30% in fees, and this could help as businesses still try to recover from the pandemic. Our Vanessa Perez is here in studio with a look at what it means for small businesses.
While this ordinance doesn't stop platforms from increasing charges on customers, the goal is to protect businesses. Businesses are stuck footing the bill of up to 30% that could now be cut in half.
3 Ninjas Curbside and Catering in Kendall Yards is hitting its financial goals while still recovering from the pandemic.
Ups and downs, as one of our locations is takeout only. It was
not hit as hard during the pandemic as some others, but it's with everything opening back up, and we've definitely seen a change in pace of what's been going on.
Now, Spokane could be the next city to cap fees on platforms like Uber Eats and Grubhub.
There is a caveat to it, though, of we are on their platform, and they provide the drivers, and our logo's seen out there with our food. So it is, you know what I mean? It's the flip side of the coin, however you want to look at it, but the lower the percentage we'd have to pay would definitely be better.
Restaurants can still be charged more than 15% for advertising or any additional services if they choose. The ordinance requires there be a 15% option. Councilwoman Lori Kinnear says local restaurants reached out to council saying that the platforms are making it difficult to bounce back from the pandemic.
We are supporting in this resolution small business, small local business. DoorDash, Grubhub, these are multinational corporations. We cannot prioritize them over our small business. That is the bottom line for me.
Kinnear says council is focused on helping businesses stay afloat. Kitchens can only hope this ordinance helps.
Make a real knee-jerk reaction to it. We would have to see and wait what happens, you know what I mean? Because it's Murphy's Law in the restaurant industry. If you plan for it, it's not going to happen. So.
Grubhub and DoorDash have said they offer the 15% option already. Kinnear says if it wasn't a problem, restaurants wouldn't have reached out. Grubhub says caps put limits on local businesses' visibility and marketing support. City Council will vote on the ordinance next Monday. Live in studio, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
Vanessa, thank you. Breaking news tonight out of Spokane Valley. Spokane Valley deputies say they tried several times to stop a car driven by a suspect in a burglary case.
Last night, a deputy says he saw a Chrysler that matched the description of a car suspected of running from law enforcement several times in the past. The sheriff's office says Dylan Casada was parked on Broadway, and deputies say their patrol cars had the Chrysler surrounded. They tried to box him in, but they say Casada sped off, hitting the front of one patrol car and backed up, hitting another car. Deputies then say he drove into oncoming traffic, clocked at 70 miles an hour. The chase ended after an officer used a pit maneuver. Here, after the map, you could see some of the damage to the patrol cars. Officers say there was also a woman in the car who says she told Casada to stop it. And Casada has been booked into the Spokane County Jail for multiple charges, including attempting to elude a police officer, and assault in the second degree. Police say no one was hurt.
In nearly a month, it would have been time for those with student loan debts to start repaying it. But because of legal obstacles to President Biden's student loan forgiveness plan, that deadline is now extended to no later than June 30th. While borrowers can breathe a sigh of relief that repayments won't start up again in a month, it's still unknown if the student loan forgiveness plan will pull through within the first 6 months of the year. Multiple cases are pending against the plan, and the Department of Education is no longer accepting requests for student loan forgiveness. And David Altmaier with Altmaier Financial Group in Spokane says student loan borrowers should go into 2023 assuming that debt is going to stick around.
Assume that it's not going to be paid off, and at least take that money and pay off other debt in the meantime.
In other words, use the first 6 months of 2023 preparing to be financially fit enough to start paying off your student loans again. For tips from Altmaier Financial Group on how to prepare to make payments again amid the forgiveness plan uncertainty, see this story on KXLY.com.
New at 6:30 now, crude oil prices dropped to almost $81 a barrel. That's now the lowest it's been since January. Analysts say fears about COVID-19 restrictions and lockdown protests in China have caused a dent in demand, leading to lower gas prices here in the U.S. According to AAA, the national average cost of a gallon of gas is now $3.55, down more than 5% from last month.
But don't expect to pay anywhere near that in the inland Northwest. In Spokane County, you can expect to pay around $4.25 a gallon. That number is high, but it's still cheaper than the state average of $4.52. Prices are a bit better in Idaho, where the average is $4.10. You'll want to fill up in Kootenai County. It has some of the lowest prices in the state at $3.82 a gallon.
The Washington State Cougars are coming off yet another Apple Cup loss. Coming up in sports, Alex Crescenti's here with how the team's responding going into the bowl game.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Culligan Water.
We were scrambling to figure out what are we going to do. Got phone call from Numerica. We've got funding that we're sending your way.
Thank you so much for all your support. It actually means something greatly to us.
It's time to say yes to your healthcare story. The Washington Health Plan Finder helps you find new health plan options like Cascade Care. These plans cover primary care visits, mental health services, and generic drugs all before meeting a deductible. Start your next chapter off right by enrolling in your 2023 health plan at wahealthplanfinder.org. Don't wait until it's too late. Enroll now.
Seed Suamps is how we say Coeur d'Alene in our own language. That means the discovered people, the ones who were found here. We were always here. We've never been anywhere else. We didn't come from somewhere else.
First and foremost, we need to take care of our employees, take care of our guests, take care of our tribe and our community.
We never give up on people. We always say, you know, you're part of the tribe, you're part of our family. We're gonna take care of you.
Some know it as prime rib. Officially, it's called a ribeye roast. We call ours divine. Tender, mouth-watering Hereford beef, aged 5 weeks to absolute perfection. Oven-ready and easy. Divine beef ribeye roast. Reserve yours immediately, exclusively at Yolk's Fresh Markets.
What I want people to know about Numerica's involvement is that it's genuine.
I work at a company that supports the community because we're a part of it.
It's important to give back to the community you live in.
We are truly here to help, and we're passionate about it.
26 children were kidnapped on their school bus, then buried alive. Now their kidnapper has been set free. Next, Inside Edition. 46 years later, why they say they feel betrayed.
They were sentenced to life.
Yes, and I think that should have stayed.
And where is the kidnapper today? Then, the world's oldest dog. Can you believe he's 22? Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Another Thanksgiving weekend has passed, and it was yet another Apple Cup loss for the Washington State Cougars as they were handed a 51-33 loss at the hands of the Huskies on Saturday night. And that means they have now lost 11 out of the last 13 in the rivalry. But Alex, it's the way they played that surprised a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't think many people had that exact result happening. The Cougs defense, which the bright spot on this team all season long, playing one of their worst games of the season, giving up 700 yards, just the third time since the year 2000 that happened. But a big reason for that could be due to the Heisman candidate Michael Penix Jr. playing out of his mind. He throws for nearly 500 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air. Now on the ground, he only ran it twice, but they were both touchdowns as well, as he may have very likely punched his ticket to New York for the Heisman ceremony. But for the Cougs, this loss is just the latest to a top 20 program as they finished the regular season 1-4 to those teams. And as head coach Jake Dicker puts it, there is no moral victories for coming close.
So I think everyone realizes the Pac-12, you know, might be the premier conference this year in the country. And, you know, yes, we lost to 5 top 20 teams, okay? But at the end of the day, we got to do what we need to do to get over that hump. And it's about building this roster going forward. You know, and I feel very great about where we're at 1 through 35. And we got to continue to build it 35 through 85. Okay, that's what the next phase of our program is going to be. So we got a lot of young guys that are out there getting a lot of experience. We got a lot of those guys back. So, you know, we'll be excited for the growth of what this season brought for us.
Now, the good news for the Cougs and their fan base is they're still going to be going bowling and most likely to a warm climate of Southern California for the Jimmy Kimmel Los Angeles Bowl. And so that's all good news until you remember the fact that, oh, the Huskies probably going to be going and playing in the Rose Bowl. So the little brother losing once again, time after time after time. But hey, to another team in the Pacific Northwest that struggled to stop anything on defense this weekend was the Seattle Seahawks. On Sunday afternoon, they gave up more than 575 yards in their 40-34 overtime loss to the Las Vegas Raiders. Josh Jacobs had himself a day, rushing for more than 225 yards, including the game-winning 85-yard touchdown run in OT. But as bad as the performance looked, head coach Pete Carroll says it's not the end of the world, guys.
We gave them some runs that we, you know, that
were a little bit exposed because we were doing some stuff in coverage, and those things are easily fixed. So I think we can get right back on track, and we need to do a better job against the two-back stuff.
The Seahawks will now hit the road and face off against NFC rival Los Angeles for the first time this season. And with just 6 weeks left in the regular season, they find themselves a game back of first place behind the San Francisco 49ers. And checking on the Gonzaga women, they are currently the 23rd ranked Gonzaga women, I should say. They are up on the Maine Black Bears in the second quarter. We're going to have all the highlights for you and post-game reaction coming up on Nightside. Guys, send it back over to you.
Thanks, Alex. We do have some breaking news to tell you out of Moses Lake right now. 3 teenagers facing charges after police say they threatened to kill a student at Moses Lake High School. Officers say an 18-year-old and 2 younger teens walked on campus. Police do confirm the 18-year-old was not enrolled at that school and the other 2 were on suspension. Police say the 18-year-old threatened a student with this compressed air BB-style pistol. They say it was realistic looking enough to scare that student into running for help. Police say they quickly arrested all 3 teens and no one was hurt.
And here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight. The Great Christmas Light Fight at 8 o'clock, followed by The Good Doctor at 10.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
The 4 News Now Extreme team is back in action in Cowley Park. We are once again teaming up with Ace Hardware to light up the holidays for the kids and staff at Sacred Heart Children's Hospital. Join us for Making Spirits Bright coverage. The 4 News Now Extreme team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
At your locally owned Ace, we've got exactly what you need, exactly when you need it, even if you don't know exactly what it's called.
A thingamajig. A whatchamacallit.
A doohickey.
Thingamabob.
A doodad.
Ace has a huge selection of nuts, bolts, plumbing, and electrical supplies in stock. And at Ace, our experts ask just the right questions to make sure you leave with exactly what you need. Whether it's a whatchamacallit or a thingamajig, come see us today.
Celebrate 25 years of magical memories at Coeur d'Alene's Holiday Light Show. Make your holiday bright with a stay at your favorite hotel on the lake.
The best holiday moments are even better when shared. Experience more together in the Mazda CX-9 with a refined performance of standard iActive all-wheel drive and a wish list of interior comforts. Find yours during the season of inspiration.
The 7-passenger Mazda CX-9. Get it for your family, drive it for yourself. Come take a test drive today at Foothills Mazda or shop now at SpokaneMazda.com.
There's something going around the Gordon home. It went from Gabe to Greta to Gabby to Grandma. Then Gertrude found something for it, Delsum. And now what's going around is 12-hour cough relief. And the giggles, and the Great Dane pup, and Grandma's gluten-free gooseberry pie, which is actually pretty great. The family that takes Delsum together feels better together. And try new Delsum No Mess Vapor Roll-On for cough.
The Great Christmas Light Fight returns for its sweetest season yet.
We have 5,000 marshmallows in here.
You'll be begging for some more.
Get out of here! This is crazy!
The Great Christmas Light Fight, tonight on ABC.
4 News Now is brought to you by Northwest Specialty Hospital Pediatrics.
Temperatures today more than 10 degrees below average for our high 27. Our high today 38 is average. We started the day off at 20. We'll be down in the single digits tomorrow morning. We picked up over 1.5 inches of snow at the airport in Spokane. You may have had more at your house, and it was light, fluffy snow, not much to it at all. We are above average for the season for snow, and boy, are we going to be adding to this total this week. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. We'll be down in the single digits tonight. Light snow starting Tuesday evening, then it's going to really pick up on Wednesday. We have a weather alert day for Wednesday. for that very heavy snow. Here's a look at our forecast. We have a northerly flow over the region, bringing the cold air in. There's going to be plenty of cold air to keep this system as snow. And then our big storm comes in Tuesday into Wednesday. We'll see lingering snow showers on Thursday morning. Here's a look at one computer model's estimate of the snowfall totals. Very heavy snow through the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. This model wants to keep it the heaviest totals right through the I-90 corridor. I think if anything, these numbers might be a little low with this system. The ones to the north, I think Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry, you're going to get more snow than this particular model is showing. Meanwhile, whatever amount you receive at your house, and we'll be fine-tuning those numbers quite a bit over the next 24 to 36 hours, it is not going to melt. This is our average high temperature right here, and we are going to be well below average through the 7-day forecast, and for the most part below freezing, potentially getting up above freezing briefly with the warm front with our system on Wednesday. That is going to be the trend in the 8 to 14-day forecast. Here's December 6th through the 12th. We're in those medium blues, indicating a fairly strong confidence of below average temperatures. And even though it's green, it should be white, above average precipitation to go along with that. Here's a look at your planning forecast. Plan on an alert day on Wednesday. Heavy snow. That is going to have a big impact on your Thursday morning commute. Lingering snow showers on Thursday with another chance of snow showers on Saturday, and overnight lows, boy, down in the teens most nights, tonight in the single digits. And then, of course, as we get into Wednesday night into Thursday, 25. That's as warm as our overnight lows get. So that is going to be very active next 48 to 72 hours. Kirsten.
Here we go, Chris. Thank you. Well, the NICU at Sacred Heart Children's Hospital is the only level 4 unit in our area. So that means the team of providers there are taking care of the most critical babies from all over our region.
As Emily Bloom explains in this Miracle Monday, they've had a few extra sets of loving hands to help, and the nurses say it makes a world of difference.
For the nannies who volunteer in the NICU, their primary role is to rock the babies and provide them some comfort. As you might expect, though, that comfort goes both ways. This month, we're getting to know one of the nannies who has been volunteering her time on the 3rd floor of Sacred Heart for almost 6 years.
Our nannies are super important to us to help us manage our care.
Over the past 2 years, the nurses in Sacred Heart's NICU have been exceptionally busy.
We're very appreciative to our NICU nannies that help us make it through our days as nurses. They're a very big part of the team.
The nurses, they are amazing. The staff is amazing, but they're busy. There's a whole lot to do in this NICU, and if we can help them out at all, it's just so rewarding.
This might sound like a win-win situation, but volunteer Ruth Ellsworth says it's much more than that.
I've always said that the NICU is a 4-way win.
A win for the nurses, the staff, the babies, and their families.
For the babies, of course. You know, these are just little people.
Their help starts with the little people, but it doesn't end there. Ruth also works on laundry room organization, supplying NICU blankets and the warmers, grabbing formula, towels, and helping the front desk staff.
A lot of the babies they hold are the older ones that have been here for a long time. They can't really hold our tiny preemies, but it's the big ones that need rocking and playing with toys or just the comfort of having someone hold them.
The extra set of loving arms brings help for the nurses.
They are a big part of our team that really helps with the personal needs of the babies.
But Ruth would tell you, she's the one who's benefiting most.
I find a lot of joy in it. I find that sometimes, you know, you got distractions in the rest of your life and you're thinking about this and thinking about that, and I come into the NICU and I sit down and I hold a baby and I look down at that little baby face and they just melt my heart. All the other things you're thinking about just seem to go away in that moment.
If you'd like to support the Children's Miracle Network, you can find the donation page under this story on KXLY.com. 100% of your donation stays in our own community. Reporting in studio, Emily Bloom, 4 News Now.
Despite higher prices and rising interest rates, online holiday shopping is seeing major growth. With holiday shoppers starting earlier than ever, some experts say it could make Cyber Monday less relevant in the future. New data from Adobe Analytics shows online Black Friday sales in the U.S. topped a record-breaking $9.1 billion this year. The National Retail Federation says its data shows shoppers started their holiday shopping as early as September, suggesting they're more budget conscious and are not waiting to find deals.
Particularly right now with inflation top of mind, consumers are looking to spread out some of that spending.
Some economists are crediting a strong labor market for the high consumer spending, despite fears of a recession, high interest rates, and inflation hovering at a 40-year high. But other signs of an online shopping slowdown are also emerging. Amazon forecasts an unexpected decrease in fourth quarter sales. We'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Peppa Pig and all her friends return for the holidays in an exciting live show. Peppa Pig's Adventure, Saturday, December 3rd, 2 p.m., First Interstate Center for the Arts, Spokane. Tickets are on sale now at ticketswest.com.
Of the holidays at River Park Square.
I'm Jonah, and I'd like to welcome you to the brand new Coeur d'Alene Nissan. You'll find the grand dealership lobby open, comfortable, and relaxing. A service center with state-of-the-art equipment committed to getting you quickly and safely back on the road. There's much more to experience. I'm inviting you to stop in and see us. We're just off Highway 95 in Coeur d'Alene.
Every time you use your ICCU Premier Rewards Visa card, you're earning rewards. Whether it's cash back or points, being a member of Idaho Central really pays back. Start earning points and getting cash back for your everyday purchases. It's a win-win. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe life should be rewarding.
The Christmas holiday season is upon us, and the Plant Farm is ready to put your home decorations on display. The Plant Farm Poinsettia is ready to bring home, making your lights twinkle brighter and decorations dazzle. The Plant Farm Poinsettia is the coziness that brings families together and the symbol of hope and giving for the holidays. Bring home a Plant Farm Poinsettia today, because life is better in the garden.
Peppa Pig and all her friends return for the holidays in an exciting live show. Peppa Pig's Adventure, Saturday, December 3rd, 2 p.m., First Interstate Center for the Arts, Spokane. Tickets are on sale now at ticketswest.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, an online relationship turned bloody, how a catfishing scheme left 3 people dead. And find out how Spokane City Council plans to put a cap on food delivery fees. That's coming up tonight on Nightside.
We have a lot to look forward to this week, looks like, Chris.
Yes, and tomorrow will be the cold before the storm. We could see the first snowflakes 24 hours from now. We're going to start tomorrow morning off at 8 degrees.
I practiced for Wednesday. I shoveled twice today.
Oh, twice. Nice work.
That's a flex.
Well, you know, I'm bending with my knees and turning with my back. Wait, that's backwards.
Where's the snowblower?
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.